Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Reed Option, coming at you with today's Game of the Week. Two undefeated powerhouses going at it. We have the Columbus Senators heading into North Carolina to take on the Raleigh Royals in the no-fly zone. So, North American Gridiron Association is heading into playoff clinching territory. However, both of these teams have already clinched playoffs. So these guys are simply fighting to see if one of these guys can go undefeated to close out Season 2 of the NAGA here in Week 7. Only one game to go after today for each of these two teams. And Gilroy, kicker with the most points in the league, will start us off with the kickoff. And Ellis will take it up to the 25 before being brought down. Gilroy actually has over 50% of Raleigh's points, accumulating most of those in the first 2 weeks of the season. So he's definitely Special Teams Player of the Year, clearing the second place kicker by, I believe, over 30 points. Chambers will take that one. Ricky Chambers, 30-year-old out of Bama, for the formidable Columbus Senators. Both of these teams, you don't see it a lot as far as the games I commentate. Both of these teams have team owners. The Columbus Senators owner being Greg and Raleigh. Previously, I had commentated a game regarding an interview with him, Logan. I have already gotten his insight in my commentary before. So you get to hear a little bit of the interviews that I had with both of those gentlemen today. As Columbus will take it with I formation, Jalen Washington will throw it deep, almost picked off, right off the fingertips of Robert Hale. Robert Hale being the star outside linebacker with the coverage there. 0 for 1, Washington motioning the fullback, but the handoff to Ricky Chambers will be tackled in the backfield pretty promptly by Charles Pope. Third down. Jalen Washington having the best passer rating in the league as of right now, 123.8. Top 5 quarterback. There's an example of his skills getting the first down, as Rashad Gaddis will see action with the new set of downs. Washington taking it for himself, getting a few there, putting his body on the line for the team. Columbus and Raleigh both, of course, being undefeated. Columbus having the best total offense, top 5 defense. You know, Raleigh having a top 5 defense as well. Not quite as good on the offensive side. So, looking at it from that point of view, it looks like Raleigh, even though they're at home, are not the favorites today. And they're showing a little bit of holes by letting Columbus drive so quickly into their territory. Washington, again, taking it for himself. Chambers, the blocker, brought down eventually by Jalen Madison, their star free safety out of Oregon. Here in the Lions' Den in Raleigh, Chambers on second down, getting a little caught up on his own man. And Gainey will have a tackle in the backfield. 3rd and 5. Checking the injury report, looks like Kenny Matlock, star running back acquired from Memphis not terribly long ago, is out until next week for the Royals. And let's see if, after that first down, if Columbus has any injuries. Yes, they do. Right tackle Deshaun Trimble out until first week of the playoffs. Right tackle John Zitch out until week 9 as well. It appears they are having some issues keeping healthy right tackles. Speaking of the offensive line, that was a holding on Baskerville. Loss of 10. On the defensive side for Columbus, they are missing high-caliber defensive end Dre Leathers until the second round of the playoffs, which by then their bye week will be over, assuming they get the bye. They should in the Atlantic Conference. Second down after a gain of 12 there. Great pitch by Washington. Shotgun formation. Motioning the receiver, dropping back. Plenty of time. And Thompson will hurdle that and get past the first down marker. First down on the 15. Let's see. Ryan Dirksen is the starting right tackle for Columbus today. Member of the practice squad for a good bit. They're just holding together in this offensive line to protect their all-star quarterback, Jalen Washington. Great stat line there by Chambers so far. Split formation. Chambers up to the left. Stiff-arming the first man. Brought down just shy of the goal line. And Rashad Gaddis might try to punch this one in. Now you have the 6th best rush defense here in Raleigh, but it will not stop Gaddis. Touchdown, Columbus. Midway through the first quarter. Interviewing both of these owners, I asked the owner of the Royals what he thought going into this matchup, knowing that he's facing the Columbus Senators, the only other undefeated team in the league. And he said that he's scared, admittedly, but if everyone shows up and does their job, then he believes they'll go down with a win. There is Redmond, newly acquired receiver. In a trade this past week, Tyrese Redmond was acquired alongside a Season 5 first-round pick for Jamal Edwards. Trade with Oklahoma City, who recently got a new owner. Britton, handoff to Bond. He will not make it past the line of scrimmage. Great tackle there on the defense. That was Sam Jordan, the cornerback. Second down, pistol formation for the Royals. Bond still in the backfield. He will take the handoff. Real nimble back. Tried to make a play out of that. Got himself a gain of 3. In the backfield today, you have Chris Bond and Muhammad Sharif for the Royals. That's the only 2 running backs they're rolling with today. Great snag by Redmond. One-on-one there. Going up against Sam Jordan, the man on the previous tackle. First down, Royals in Senators territory. Crowd going wild here in the Lions' Den. Great screen pass to Bond. Back-to-back first downs. The chains are moving. Back to when I interviewed Greg about his mindset going into this game. He said every game's a tough test, but this will be a little different with both teams being undefeated. Raleigh's a great team and coached extremely well. We match up really well 1-to-1, and it's going to be a great game going down to the wire. And I agree. Based on the opening drives from both of these teams, if Raleigh can capitalize with a touchdown, then I truly believe it will come down to the wire. Bond. Only a gain of few, and Raleigh will have to put in Sharif again, given Bond has seen so much action. 3rd and 5. Wouldn't be surprised to see a pass here. Pistol formation. And he will pass towards the end zone. Touchdown, Walker! Great catch by Marcellus Walker. Round 1, pick 1 overall for the Raleigh Royals in this past year's draft. Constantly adding to his candidacy for Rookie of the Year, Marcellus Walker. Checking the stats here. Great return by Ellis up to the 24. Marcellus Walker, that is only his second touchdown of the season, although he has over 300 receiving yards. Quarterback Jake Britton likes to mix it up with his targets. Great catch by Chambers, and he has daylight in front of him down the sideline. What a gain by Columbus, the instant retaliation. Brought down by Justin Shepard after getting caught up by Jalen Madison. And Chambers, once again, you'd expect him to be gassed. He's putting it all out there for the Senators. Gaddis, less successful run, stopped in the backfield by Gainey. Third down at 6. Upon asking Greg what his key to his immense success is after going 7-5 last season with the divisional loss to the Milwaukee Bees, as you all remember, he says it takes time to develop these players, and with great experience, they came out even better than ever. As my first year as this team's head coach, I've been grateful for the success of this team and hope to keep it up deep into the playoffs and well into the championship. And that 23-yard field goal is good by a kicker who needs no introduction. That is Rob De Benedictis. Iconic name. His reputation precedes him, although he has had a tumultuous career in Season 1. And pretty locked in so far in Season 2. I check the kicking stats. De Benedictis, that would be about 49 points total for him. He's on the lower end of kickers, probably about mid-range kickers. Missing 6 field goals so far this year, but it's about 80%. The veteran, I'd expect him to retire after this year, especially if Columbus makes it to the championship. But before that, we have now reached the end of the first quarter. 10-7 Columbus, with Raleigh driving. 2nd and 7 from their own 28. Not as strong as a running back performance as you typically get with the Royals. Whether it is Kenny Matlock or former Royal Marquise Collins. But it looks like Bond is proving me wrong. Huge gain there. Great gains by the running backs here midway through the first half. And Chris Bond must have not liked what I was saying. He'll take a breather after that play. Britton dropping back, looking to his left. Picked off! And that interception was brought to you by Caleb Arthur. Caleb Arthur, the star out of Virginia Tech. And they will stop Raleigh to a screeching halt. And Jalen Washington will attempt to make something out of that interception. Immediate first down to Ricky Chambers. Upon asking how the Royals would take down such a formidable team, Logan had to say that he expects to find their weak points throughout the game and attempt to expose those, even hinting at what I mentioned before with their right tackle situation. So we'll see if Raleigh can do that here, now that they are trailing with Columbus having the ball. 3rd and 1 on their own 36. I formation. Washington couldn't get it to Chambers. I was surprised he acted so quickly. It looked like they were bringing the pressure, but he had plenty of time and plenty of protection. I guess the nerves just got to him there. Punting unit with James Tonkin. And Madison will gain probably about 5 there on the return. And the Royals will start this drive from their own 23. Britton. Plenty of time. Heaving it to Redmond. And Redmond will flip the field for the Royals once again. Let's see if Britton can keep his composure and not give away the drive like he did last time. Gain of 49 on the play. Britton rolling out. Oh my gosh. Another interception on the left side of the field, this time to Sam Jordan. I feel like I jinxed it here in the booth. Not even halfway through the second quarter. I believe that's 2 interceptions for Jake Britton. Uncontested. That is Ellis, the 10-5 touchdown. Columbus will go up 2 possessions. What a play. Shaquan Ellis. A dot by Jalen Washington. And a busted coverage from the no-fly zone. And that PAT is good. Throughout the weeks, Raleigh has done some trading, giving away some pieces from their defense and their offense from what appeared to be a reconstruction of the team after the owner came in, saw what Raleigh did last season going 1-11, attempted to do a Rams-like approach, building a one-and-done Super Bowl team, you know, eating up all the cap space, but then did a 180 on it and started trading away his pieces. And I believe the no-fly zone has suffered from that. The injuries sure don't help. That incompletion intended for Matt Newcomb. The pitch to Bond. And Bond will gain about 6 or 7 there. 3rd and 4. A must-convert 3rd down here for the Royals. I formation looking like a run. Looks like the defense expects it. Go. And they do. Put on his back by Stockton. And the Royals will be forced to bring out the punting unit. This is Luis Escobar here for the punt. Great distance. It'll be fielded by Arthur. And Arthur will get pretty promptly tackled. But he brought it up to the 31. Tackled by Tyrese Redmond. I formation, Washington to Chambers. Stopped in the backfield by Brad Goodrich. Goodrich, another man on this Raleigh team, expected to retire. He was acquired from Columbus. So this is a Brad Goodrich revenge game. A couple members on the Raleigh team, originally from Columbus. Backup fullback Drew Haggerty, who is seeing action today, is also a former Columbus Senator. And if I'm looking at this correctly, looks like right tackle Aaron Jewell. And it is a fumble recovered by Madison. Here I am, rattling off stats. You know, that's a read option classic. Just listen off stats while the cool stuff's happening. Great play by Jalen Madison. And Raleigh will have a chance to get back into this game halfway through the second quarter. Britton, nice safe pass to Marcellus Walker. 2nd and 2, arguably in field goal range if they want to bring out Nate the Great Gilroy. Britton with great yards per attempt. And he will scramble for the first. Obviously, those 2 interceptions will tarnish any greatness he does today. So, you know, if you're Jake Britton, you're hoping to come out with the W here. I was just about to talk about how Aaron Jewell also made his way onto the Virginia Beach Mariners roster in the offseason before finding his way onto the Raleigh Royals roster. There he is at left tackle. That's number 63. Almost uncontested touchdown to Marcus Gladney. And the Royals will be back in this game, only down by 3, given the extra point is good by Nate Gilroy. And it is. That is Gilroy's first touchdown. Not Gilroy, my bad. Gladney. That is Gladney's first touchdown of the season. Here late in the season 2. The NAGA, we are looking at next season already. Looking at what we can do in the off season. We now have an official chat and feed in the Axis Discord server. If you're not in there or you haven't seen it, go check it out. Or if you're here from there, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. We're already looking at next season. Might extend the season from 8 games to 10. I know season 1 was 12. Trying to find our happy medium now that we have 24 teams. Also, something that we're adding is this season, there will be a All-Star game or Pro Bowl of sorts, Pacific versus Atlantic. So I'm looking forward to that. I hope I get to commentate or co-commentate that game. Should be fun, should be electric. Speaking of electric, great stop by Goodrich, and Columbus will be forced to punt it. And Raleigh will have a chance to take the lead for the first time today. But I shouldn't start talking, you know, too crazy yet. Madison, the man on the fumble recovery last time, takes it up to the 27. I formation for the Royals. And Britton will toss it to Bond with great protection. But it looked like that protection was broken by Michael Orsini. Veteran linebacker out of Oklahoma for Columbus. Make no mistake, he was always on the Senators. Just the college was Oklahoma. And there he is again. Mike Orsini on the sack. 3rd and long now for Raleigh. Britton down the middle to Redmond. First down on the other side of the field, roughly around midfield. And Raleigh now has new life on this drive. A lot of yards per attempt for Britton. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Doing a lot of big passes. They live and die by it. There Orsini is again. Loss of 3 on the run there. Britton in pistol. Dropping back. Nobody coming for him. Looks like Walker will gain just a few there. 2-minute warning. They got to get a little closer for Gilroy. You know, I'm as big a Gilroy fan as anybody else. And he gets credit where it's due, but I don't think a 67-yarder is something you want to be attempting. Great pass to Gladney. And there you have it. There's the field goal position I was talking about. And the clock will keep ticking. Nobody's stopping it. The motion. Bond now looking like a receiver. He will throw it to Redmond. Great pass by Jake Britton. Getting a guaranteed first down. Tyrese Redmond, 4 catches for 118 yards. What is that stat line? And Britton will have an easy touchdown to Chris Bond. And the Raleigh Royals will take the lead at home with a minute to go in the half. High-scoring game, and I expect it to continue to be one, as predicted by both owners. Great point after by Gilroy. And we'll see if Columbus can pull something together, or if they even attempt to put some points on the board before halftime. And the punt will make its way to the 6-yard line. And Ellis will make it up to the 24. Not a lot of yards on that return. Great stoppage by the Royals. I formation. Looks like they might just try to run this one out. I'd expect a run here. But they do not run it. Washington looking deep. Overthrows his man. That was intended for tight end Dwayne Thompson. Thompson, formerly a San Antonio Fighter. Another one of our big contenders here in the NAGA. He's over in the Pacific Conference. And Washington, under pressure, will opt to throw it out of bounds. 3rd and 10. Clock is fully stopped. Washington under center, handing it off to Chambers. They didn't expect a run. And Raleigh will burn a timeout here. Predicted. 45 seconds left to go. Raleigh now 2 timeouts. Looking to punish Columbus for their lack of capitalizing. And Madison will try to make this a punt return touchdown. Couldn't break the second tackle. Tackled by receiver DeMonte Michaels, Pennsylvania native. I too from Pennsylvania. Represent Pennsylvania very well, DeMonte Michaels. Britton rolling out, throwing left. Looks like the defender was probably Troy Howe. Just swatted that thing into the ground. My bad. Wrong side of the field. That was Sam Jordan. What am I looking at? Sometimes I flub it up. Look at the wrong sheet. Oh, no. Oh, sheet. Looks like Chris Bond is out for the rest of the game, and the only running back that they have left is Muhammad Sharif. Not even into the second half yet. What will they do? Great catch. It's like triple coverage there for Matt Newcomb. Looks like Drew Haggerty will probably take some rushes for the Royals. Britton dropping back, looking to his left, caught by Sharif. That'll be the final timeout. After that, reception and gain of 9 by the former Arizona State graduate, Muhammad Sharif. Under pressure, Jake Britton evading the sack. And he will scramble up to the right. No blockers. He'll be tackled at the 22. Slightly out of bounds. And Gilroy will come out to put them up by 7. Would have been a touchdown if not for Darius Whitley on that tackle. 39-yard field goal, and Gilroy will put a cherry on top of the first half. The Raleigh Royals up 24-17, and they will get the ball to start the second half. What a flip of script. Looked like Columbus was going to run away with it early. Especially with those 2 interceptions by Jake Britton. Now it looks to be anyone's game here in North Carolina. The motion by Jake Britton to Redmond. He's looking to his left to Sharif. Almost picked off. I think that was Chad Larson getting his hands on it. Another veteran playing in this game. Looks like he was originally a Royal. Larson revenge game, everyone. And left guard Tom Reagan revenge game. A lot of Royals, former Senators, and a lot of Senators, former Royals. Sharif not seeing near as much success as Chris Bond early into his frequent snaps, but great catch. And I was correct in saying that fullback Drew Haggerty will be taking some handoffs with the absence of Bond. Haggerty also a former Senator. Britton breaks the first sack, but there is a flag on the play, and that is Frank Natali. And that'll subtract a solid 10 yards. If they would have declined the penalty, 2nd and 16. You got to weigh your options there. Britton with an insane amount of yards. Handoff to Sharif, and he will get less than nowhere. Tackled by Dion Ransom. Single back play action. Quickly gets rid of it. Great thinking there by Jake Britton. Didn't want to lose even more yards there. 3rd and very long. There is Rakeem Cannon on his right. Intended for Tyrese Redmond, but he will not bring it in. And Columbus will have the opportunity to tie it up as they will take this punt from Luis Escobar. Arthur tackled pretty quickly by Marcellus Walker at the 32-yard line. First down, Senators. Incomplete pass. Headed for the wide receiver 1, Jaquan Ellis. Second down, Senators. Washington play action out to the left. Hurdled the man, and that is Paul. Brendan Paul, the fullback of the day. Great gain on that play. That'll be a false start. Tom Reagan, 1st and 15 now. for the Senators, taking it from their own 39. Washington dropping deep back and throwing it deep. And the tight end cannot bring it in. Washington once again dropping back, looking deep. Again intended for Dwayne Thompson. And Thompson is not seeing any luck. Pretty lockdown coverage by Troy Howe. Washington with a decent stat line. Great throw, but great defense. And the no-fly zone makes a stand there against the Senators' offense. Looks like we'll have James Tonkin punting it. Tonkin coming from Australia. I believe he used to play in the AFL before finding his way into the NAGA. Great opportunity for him. James Tonkin. Single back handoff by Britton. Sharif. Only a gain of 2 there. It'll be second down from their own 22. Midway through the third quarter. Now, both these teams obviously are lock-ins for the playoffs. I addressed that, people might be speculating that these teams just aren't going to try today. Clearly, so far, we haven't seen anybody throw in the towel. But Yoner Logan had some fire in his mouth when he said that his team better not be slacking, because they have till week 8 before they even think about pumping the brakes. And I think that he'll determine whether or not he even plays his starters based on the outcome of this game. You want to be the first team in NAGA history to go undefeated for a full season. I'd expect the loser of this game to bench their starters next week. Great reception by Marcellus Walker after that retraction due to the holding penalty. We'll have ourselves a first down. Now the Raleigh Royals are not mad at Muhammad Sharif any longer. Britton handing it off to Sharif. Sharif trying to reach midfield. 2nd and 8. Another interception by Jake Britton. 3 interceptions on the day. 2 of them to Sam Jordan. Jordan, the drive killer. You'd think it was a Sam Jordan revenge game based off of how much he's involved in these plays. Great play action dump off to Paul. Gain of 7. Washington about 50% on the day. Handoff to Ricky Chambers. 3rd and 2. Just shy of midfield. Seems like the scoring has come a bit to a halt. Here I am hoping to jinx it. Here in the Lions' den. And Chambers just can't make it past the Royals' defensive line. Stopped in the backfield by Gabriel Ramirez. Another punt by our Aussie, Tonkin, and that went sailing. Looked like into the stands. If I'm Raleigh, I'm going to try to burn the clock a little bit as I drive down the field. Play action, sack! There he is. Michael Orsini. The Orsini revenge game is in full effect. 8 tackles, 3 sacks. My bad, Orsini is not the one with the revenge game. What am I talking about? That is Chad Larson with the revenge game. Regardless, great catch by Marcellus Walker. Gaining a little bit there for this 3rd down attempt. And I know announcers say crucial 3rd down a lot, but this is a crucial 3rd down for the Royals. They want to keep the Senators out of the game, and it looks like Newcomb couldn't catch it. Thrown into his feet, Jake Britton not having the accuracy he needs today. And Luis Escobar be forced to give it right back to the Columbus Senators. And they will have a chance to field this one. Arthur breaking the first tackle, being brought down by Newcomb. They have great field position to start this drive from their own 39. I formation for the Senators. The handoff to Chambers, who throws the first defender off of him. But again, there's Ramirez on the stop. Ricky Chambers having over 150 all-purpose yards on just 20 touches. And make it 21. And make it 3rd and 4. Another 3rd down in this game. Neck and neck. And Washington will opt to throw. Intended for number 19. That is Jeremiah Brown. Couldn't bring it in, the former Georgia Bulldog. And things slow down here in the Lions' Den. No official sponsor, but it looks like today I see State Farm giving some video game references. Retro or Next Gen, we're on your level. Not an official sponsor of the NAGA, but a paid sponsor for the Axis Football League. Written with an insane stat line. That is one for the record books. A lot of notable stats, I gotta say. And we have another 3rd down situation here. And as an announcer who is looking to see some action, just like the rest of the fans here, I want to see a conversion, but we will not see one. And the tight ends are letting us down on 3rd down. Kickoff once again by Escobar. And Arthur will take it up the right side. Up to the 34. Sorry, 33. Chambers will get a gain of 6 there. Great first down there by Paul. First down for the Senators. You'll love to see it. Chambers up to the right, carrying the team on his back. Second and 4. Washington dropping back, looking deep, overthrew his man. And that deep pass was once again intended for Jeremiah Brown. Start of the fourth quarter here now. It is now or never for the Columbus Senators. Well, I mean, we've got a whole fourth quarter to go, but you get my sentiment. Crucial third down. Chambers up to the right, and he will get it. And tack on a few more. Up to the 40-yard line. Little deep for De Benedictus, a Harvard grad. Let's see if they can get some better field position here. Again, incompletion intended for Jeremiah Brown. I cannot recall if he has actually caught a pass today. Let's see if he can get lucky. Here in the fourth quarter, Washington once again looking to pass out to the right. Great catch by Dwayne Thompson. Not a tackle for a loss. Do not celebrate that, Shepard. 3rd and 8. Gain of 2. Washington split back formation under center. Dropping back to pass, looking up to his right. Picked off! And that is Washington's first interception of the day. Great interception by Amari Lawson. One of the stars of the no-fly zone. And Britton will not get to celebrate for long as he is brought down on the 4-yard line. Scary situation. Great sack by Gerald Presnell. Dropping back in his own end zone. Nice catch by Sharif to give everyone a little bit of a breather. 3rd and 10. And if you're Raleigh, you just don't want to give up the safety, because that could spell trouble. Big trouble for the Royals. And they will avoid the safety with the handoff to Sharif. And they will pretty safely bring out the punting unit. Although, unfortunate they couldn't capitalize on the interception. You buy yourself time. You potentially stopped a scoring drive there for the Senators. Arthur hurdling his man up the sideline. The 20, the 10, the 5. Touchdown! Columbus! And that was Caleb Arthur, one of the many playmakers today for the Senators. And the point after by De Benedictus will give us a tie ball game in the 4th. That is exactly what the Senators needed. Old Robbie D will kick it off to Redmond, who will get a decent gain up to the 28 on that kickoff. Britton, shotgun formation. He will take it himself on the scramble. That is a gain of 5. Stopped by Chad Larson. That is the revenge game guy. Britton does not have 1 rush. Looks like our stat guy is asleep today. But we are not, with the tie ball game in the Lions' den. Sharif tackled by, there he is again, Larson. 3rd down again here for the Raleigh Royals. Pistol formation. Motioning Sharif And it looks like a 5 wide receiver set alone in the backfield. No pressure. Out to the right to Gladney. Did he get the first down? He did not. Will they go for it? 4th and inches. Got to weigh the options. You're in your own territory. They will elect to punt it to the now fearsome Caleb Arthur on this punt return. Let's see if he can get lightning in a bottle twice, and he might. And he doesn't, but he puts his team in great position up at the 40. What a game we have today. This is right up there with last week's Baton Rouge-Louisville game for me. Very exciting games with twists and turns. And that is an offsides on Parrish. They will accept it because why not? You're in the same position as you would have been, but you gain a down. Chambers bound to have over 200 yards today. 24 touches. There he is again. The sweep up to the left. And he makes it up to the 44 in Raleigh territory. Can the lead change again? Will Columbus take back what they believe is theirs? Chambers shedding the first 2 tackles, being dragged down by Robert Hale after a gain of 2. There's Rashad Gaddis coming into the game. Washington under center. Go! Dropping back under pressure, throwing it deep. Not the best throw. Looked like a little off center. Surprise, it was not an interception. Justin Shepard on that deflection. And it is intercepted on the very next play by linebacker Robert Hale. And Hale will get it up to midfield. Yet another interception from the no-fly zone. Hale showing our audience that the no-fly zone goes beyond the defensive backs. In James Elmer fashion. James Elmer, the Grizzly I am referencing. Another linebacker who loves to get interceptions. Raleigh now. 2nd and 7 on the opponent's 40. Britton handing it off. You don't want them to make the same mistake that Columbus just did, but you want to take risks. 3rd and 8, you don't want to hand it off to the fullback unless you're, 3rd and short situation. We'll see what Britton decides to do. Play action as if they were going to fall for it. Sack. Once again, might have been the 4th or 5th sack of the day by Mike Orsini. Great stoppage there. Over halfway through the 4th quarter. What is that punt? I mean, it's better than a touchback. I'll give him that. That's, I don't know why I was being so critical. Great job, Luis Escobar. Washington. The dump off to Thompson. 2nd and 8. Great screen pass there. It's a shame Thompson couldn't stay in bounds, and Washington's stats are a little tainted. Less than 50%. 2 interceptions. Not enough touchdowns to make up for it, but Chambers will die before he goes down. 3rd and 2. A must convert. 3rd down. That is 1 yard shy of 200 for Chambers. And Chambers is wide open, but he'll give it to Michaels. And Michaels looks like he was holding. What a shame. Late flags from the refs. Unfortunate for you, Michaels. That'll be called back. for DeMonte Michaels. Trying his best. See, 0 receptions on 4 targets. I believe 2 of those were called back. He's trying to represent Pennsylvania, but they won't let him. Deep pass to DeMonte Michaels, and this time it won't be called back by a flag. Past the 50-yard line. Columbus Senators looking to strike. Clock winding down in the 4th quarter, approaching the 2-minute mark rapidly. Washington dropping back under pressure, out to the left to Chambers. Back-to-back first downs, moving the chains. Fresh set of downs for the Senators inside the 32. I'd say that's good enough for field goal position for DeBenedictis. Clock is now stopped. The handoff to the right to Chambers. Chambers looking like he could have had a blocker. Like Tom Reagan. Tom Reagan was not there in time. Handoff to Brendan Paul, a little unconventional. 3rd and 8, and it looks like Baskerville. Let's tweak us back a little bit there. These offensive line woes continue to follow the Columbus Senators. Handoff on 3rd down. Confident in DeBenedictis. Tackle in the backfield by Robert Hale. 4th and 11. It's like a 48, 49-yard attempt just before the 2-minute mark by Rob DeBenedictis. Will he make it? It has the positioning, and it is good. 49-yarder from the old man DeBenedictis, 36 years old. I believe that is one of the oldest in the league, probably the oldest starter. I know John Loomis, backup for Columbus, is 37, but very old man kicking that deep field goal. 2-minute warning, Columbus up by only 3. Raleigh with 1 timeout left. With these error-prone quarterbacks today. Britton deciding not to pass. Taking it for himself. It's like Baskerville is all cleared from the blue tent if Columbus gets the ball back. Which if they do, I imagine it'll just be victory formation. Britton, play action. Risky decision, but he will run it. He will get the first down for the Royals. Clock ticking. If he were to go down there with an injury, then Daniel Silva, 25-year-old out of San Jose State, former Vancouver Mountaineer, would have needed to come in. Britton handing it off to Sharif. Stop for no gain by Michael Orsini. That, to me, I don't know. There's so many players of the game today. Tell me in the comments. The league wants to know, who do you think was the player of the game today? Britton deciding to run again. Raleigh going very unconventional. 3rd and 5. They're deciding to burn the clock down, showing a lot of confidence. Coach Logan being risky but confident in his Royals. They say they will not let Columbus get an opportunity to score again. Clock stops. 4th and 5. It's all up to this, ladies and gentlemen. Britton under center. Dropping back. No pressure. The attempt for Sharif is no good. Incomplete. Game over. Columbus will come out in victory formation. And Raleigh will burn 1 timeout. But it'll be worth nothing. And the Columbus Senators will remain undefeated and knock out the Raleigh Royals, who will now fall to 6-1. And we know which team is going to continue playing their starters in Week 8. And there you have it. And it says Orsini is the player of the game on the defense. I'd say he is the player of the game on the defense, but Chambers has to take it for the offense. Error-prone quarterbacks, but look at that stat line by Jake Britton. What is that? Great overall total plays, total yards, great distribution. Raleigh just couldn't stop the sacks by Columbus. Insane. Looks like Sam Jordan could have been the player of the game, honestly. Sam Jordan might be the choice other than Michael Orsini on the defense. But on the offense, look at Ricky Chambers. Chambers being a dominant force for this offense. A lot of great games already this week. Playoff, clinching playoff elimination. This game obviously not contributing to that. Things are heating up heading into the playoffs. I'm excited. I am ready for the playoffs. I'm ready for some other football leagues to get starting. I'm sure many of you have fantasy drafts coming up, whether tonight or maybe it was last week or this past week. Maybe it's next week. But whole lot of football. We here at the NAGA are glad to bring it to you. I'm Read Option. And we here at the NAGA sincerely thank you for tuning in. We will see you next time.